All right, it's 9 o'clock at night. I just landed and I gotta get a couple of things off my chest when it comes to Palantir. Currently, Palantir is trading at around $8.50 a share. Currently, futures are a little bit down, which means that pre market, it's saying that the stock markets are going to go down. Who knows what's actually going to happen tomorrow? All I know is that there's been a lot of public appearances by three heavy hitters when it comes to Palantir. Obviously, Dr. Alex Karp, our CEO, Shyam Sankar, who's like the number two in Palantir, and there's a new player in town called Shannon Clark. She's also a vice president of Palantir, and I would say she's probably like number three in Palantir, or like one of the top five players, right? And they've been doing amazing with interviews. They've been in the public eye. They've been on an absolute public relations and marketing tear. And you can see this is evident over the last 4 months. I've called it many times before, and actually, Dr. Alex Karp actually admitted that he has a public speaking coach. Like, they hired a public relations coach for him so that he speaks better, articulates better, and he comes off as just better in his interviews. And all of this marketing is definitely doing a great job for people to understand what Palantir is and how it works. Even the people in Palantir say, even in a room full of tech people, not too many people know what Palantir is or who Palantir is or what they do. It's still taboo. Forget about commercial. Like, this is like in the tech sector. And it just explains to you how absolutely early it is for Palantir. Palantir just announced that they're renewing their contract with Australia. There is a massive news right now about a $900 million contract from Space Force that's going to go to 18 potential customers, 18 potential companies, one of them being Palantir. I'm sure Palantir is going to get a lion's share of that 900 million. I'm sure it's not going to be everything, but it's definitely going to be multiple tens, if not over $100 million going to Palantir. Even in the article that was published by Space Force, they were saying how they work with Palantir. Palantir is already, transforming their data and giving them a single point of focus for all of their data. It's the funnel of all the data. Whether you have too little data, Palantir tries to compensate. And if you have too much data, Palantir tries to eliminate all the noise and gives you usable data. Palantir is still a far cry, like 20% below its direct public offering price. It is still super early. If you think Palantir was worth it at $10 a share, you don't think Palantir is worth it at $8.50 a share, right? Like, people are buying at $20, but they don't want to buy at $8. This is absolutely freaking insane. One thing is evident: Palantir needed marketing, Palantir needed public relations, and they're doing this. Even look at the Palantir website, right? The like YouTube channel of Palantir and their Twitter account. They're putting out content left and freaking right. If I would say that in the last 4 months, they probably increased their content by 5x, if I had to make an educated guess based on everything that I'm seeing. Palantir is a freaking monster, and a couple of things are certain. Since they're in so many different verticals, there's a lot of different ways that they can be, applicable to big business and government, both military and non-military. So obviously their biggest vertical is military, and we know one thing is for sure, that the military is going to keep increasing their budgets. I believe 842 billion in 2023 proposed, and by 2026 estimated to be $1 trillion. All this defense for Ukraine, basically this is all leased. Everything that we're giving to Ukraine, Ukraine's going to pay us back. A lot of this paying back is going to go to American companies. One of those American companies is going to be Palantir. People have this, misconception that everything that we're giving to Ukraine is just, getting a freebie. No, that's not how it works. So a lot of money is going to go back to American companies, and I believe that a lot of that money is going to go to Palantir as well. Palantir is also breaking in and demolishing the competition when it comes to healthcare, which is the third largest sector. Healthcare is a freaking monster. Supposedly, they got this NHS contract absolutely locked down, and Palantir is, I don't want to say it's only going up, but it has so many great things going for them. And honestly, if Republicans happen to win this in the next election, I think that Palantir is going to get a shit ton more contracts. I definitely think 100% that Palantir is being held back because of the political landscape of the United States right now. I'm not hating on anybody, but that, you know, because of the founder Peter Thiel, and he's a, you know, Republican donor, I think that the Democratic Party is definitely hindering Palantir's growth, directly or indirectly, and I think this is going to change in the next year or two. Not to mention they're lining up all of these massive, massive customers and clients that they keep expanding their contract with, right? How many times do we see this? Palantir starts super small and then they expand, 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 so on and so forth. And Palantir Japan, 25% of it was just bought out by Hyundai, right? Like, Palantir is growing. They have so many things going for them, and I just believe that we're just getting started. We're literally at the tip of the iceberg. And now with this whole AI revolution, boom. Shyam Sankar was talking about integrating ChatGPT 6 months ago into Palantir Foundry. 6 months ago. People are like, oh, ChatGPT, it's the next AI, it's the next AI. And people don't even realize how much of a joke ChatGPT is compared to what Palantir does when it comes to artificial intelligence and machine learning. I think that Palantir is one of the most undervalued companies out there. And all these people that keep saying Palantir is a meme, Palantir is a meme, it's so funny. A meme is a company that literally doesn't do anything. Palantir is doing things at the highest level of not only national, but international government and national and international business. You don't have a meme company that has impact level 6 clearance with the Department of Defense that only Microsoft has, Palantir has, and Amazon have. Except Amazon and Microsoft are $1 trillion companies, and Palantir is a $16 billion company. I mean, it's absolutely freaking absurd. And I think that the price of Palantir is definitely low. Can it go lower? Absolutely. Am I telling you guys to buy? Absolutely not, because of course nothing I say is, you know, financial advice. This is just my pure intellectual opinion, right? This is, I want to get off my chest that they have so many things going for them, and this whole AI revolution, I think, is going to just bring a spotlight, like attention to Palantir. And honestly, the way AI is going, maybe they're going to need ability to track and convert and analyze the data of all AI applications going into the future. And if you think about it, Palantir is the only game in town, because it is scary, all this AI, right? Like, where is it going next? Super scary. So, to sum this up, Palantir, 5x more marketing and public relations over the last 2 quarters, as I personally see, specifically over the last quarter and a half, between Shyam Sankar, Dr. Alex Karp, and Shannon Clark. Definitely more videos and content coming out in general. Huge, huge opportunities in government military spending coming up. Huge, huge opportunities in the healthcare sector, and a ridiculously huge opportunity in AI and machine learning, because AI is the new revolution. So we were always in the space, but nobody paid attention to it. But now it's spotlight and center. And there has to be a system for governments to track all this AI development, if you think about it. Not to mention, Palantir outsold in terms of artificial intelligence Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and IBM. Think about that. Let that sink in. Named the top AI company in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, or 22. Guys, it's still super early for Palantir, and anybody that says that it's a meme, that's the funniest. They're a clown. Calling Palantir a meme or a clown stock, they are the clowns. Because memes don't protect our country, our borders, and our allies' borders at the highest freaking possible level. And when we get this NHS contract, it's going to open up a lot of doors. I'm telling you, despite all adversity, this is going to show you how Palantir is. That it's so freaking good that as much as you hate on it, we still have to use you, because you're the only software that can get it done. Guys, Palantir is a freaking monster. I had to get this off my chest. Sorry for the late night video. And as always, remember, keep it clean in between, because hygiene is very important.